Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve. Cameron here. I have Max with me.
Yeah. It's the eve of Santa doing his yearly breaking of physics.
Yeah,
as he travels at light speed, delivering mass to locations.
I am doing this with ulterior reasons. It's not just that I wanted to play a game. I need to stay up until Hannah's asleep so I can slip one more present underneath the tree. I've got it right here. I'm gonna wrap it after stream, but that's That's part of the reason this is late. I was
How
originally
do you
trying to do it
know that
earlier,
she's
but
not gonna like come in while you're explaining that?
she's not.
You have
She's
like a headset on, right?
uh
Okay. I
she
just wanted to know.
I mean, has she ever appeared on stream, like without me knowing about it ahead of time?
Yeah,
I
she
know.
brings you food.
I mean, that I know about ahead of time. Like that's the thing. I think our
Uh, I
you
thought
can
some of those
I
times
can
were like, "Oh, thanks for bringing me cookies" or something like that. Was like a.
yeah, but that's like
I didn't realize
me.
you knew every time.
I know every time our friend group does anything. These
Jesus Christ.
fuckers are so you are as a whole you are the most predictable people on the planet. But that's what I love about you.
Well, okay
Uh,
then.
yeah, she like I know like we had a meeting about channel meeting about next year's stuff, which I knew you weren't going to attend. But I knew like Tom was like talking about stuff that he wants to do next year. I would put my mortgage payments down as a bet for that is not gonna happen. We
Yeah.
just we we we've gotten familiar with each other. Like same thing. Like I assume that I am predictable in a lot of ways as well. Um, but what isn't predictable is Metroid Prime. What's gonna happen next? Are we gonna meet Metroids? Who knows?
I was gonna say,
Anything
like,
could happen.
I mean, you're dependable, which I mean that kind of makes a person predictable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, once you go to either side of that spectrum, you become predictable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the middle, which I guess is just pure chaos,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
like
The
there's a
pure
50-50
50-50.
chance they will show up or not show up, or like they'll do the hardest thing possible, but then they just will fail to do the easiest thing. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't even know what I don't know that I've ever met a person like that. It'd be very hard.
Nate can be like that in certain ways. Every now and then he'll be like, "Oh, I've done this thing," and I'm like, "Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, your
Have you
ADD
brushed
kicked
your
in,
teeth?"
huh? No, actually, you're right, because there were times that he got some stuff done down at like the uh at Arrowhead, or not Arrowhead. Jesus,
Tabasco.
wrong place. Down at Probasco, where like I was like, wait, you wrote all these documents like overnight about like the game,
Yeah.
and then like we'd be like, can you show up to this thing? And be like, you live with us. How are you not here?
Can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
No can do, buddy. All right. So what are we doing?
But also,
Um.
I always attributed most of that to Jackie.
Yeah. To
I was
some
like,
extent.
yeah, you got some other shit
Oh,
that is playing into that 50-50.
what's
That's not
right?
just you being like, today I'm deciding to do this, and today I'm deciding not to do this.
Let's see. Grapple node. All right. Used by maintenance tanks. So why can't I grapple it if it's a grapple node?
X Max Eve. Nice. I like it.
Let's see. No. So I should.
Yeah, this is definitely a late night stream. Hi, hello, how are you today?
Yeah.
Or
It's
tonight. How are you tonight?
Yeah. Yeah. Um. The plan. I was originally hoping to start at like 8:30. But Hannah has wanted one more Christmas movie to watch, so we watched that. We did have a lovely little Christmas Eve dinner. We cooked, and it was pretty simple, just some like pasta Alfredo,
Oh,
and
you
some
just reminded me of something.
broccoli Caesar. Yeah, I guess I can't interact with that, but it says it's a grapple node. I have I guess the grapple is not the same as the lasso,
Can
I
you
guess.
jump up on that thing there in front of you? And then grapple to it? Or is it off? Like, is a grapple,
That's
like,
what
power?
I mean, there's a chance that grapple and lasso are not the same thing. I feel like they should be, but there doesn't seem to be any power for me to attach to, and I can't get a like firm position. No. All right.
Do you feel like there's probably, like, a way to, like, glitch
Oh,
your way up there without it? For, like that
Oh
speedrunners
yeah.
will use.
Yeah. Metroid's
Like with
all
those
about
little
those sorts of
ledges.
sequence breaks. Yeah. Wait, did I go up or down?
That's cool.
Where am I?
But you just reminded me. This is the first Christmas that I haven't watched Griswold's Family Christmas.
Oh, Christmas Vacation.
It's a shame. That's the movie that that's the movie that I would watch every year with my grandparents.
Is it like emotionally tough to watch it on your own now?
It was like our tradition.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't think about it. Usually we didn't even like plan on it. It'd just be on TV, and we'd watch it. And like I don't watch TV, you know. So
yeah. I mean, you could
but
tomorrow,
I
right?
do
You're
have it on a
visiting,
VHS, which is pretty hilarious.
you're visiting family tomorrow, right? Um, or was that tonight?
No, that was today.
Yeah. How did that go?
Yeah, that was tonight. Well, Cameron, I'm pretty predictable. And I didn't go.
yeah.
I got sleep.
Oh well, okay.
I got sleep.
Good trade.
Which means
Good,
I didn't
trade.
get. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say it was a reasonable trade. Yeah, I didn't. It was because I was unconscious. But you know, I was. You know, if I'm gonna miss it for a reason, you know, I'm pretty happy to get the sleep.
Yeah.
So
100%. Ooh, green.
that's
Christmas.
how I was looking at it, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I called them up because I was like, God, I need to let them know that I'm not, that I'm still alive, because I said I'm gonna be there.
Uncle, I'm about to pass out. Heads up. I mean, hopefully they understand.
Yeah, I'm about
that.
to. I love. Yeah, they do. The scene from Monty Python with the arrow where he's like, and it just ends in.
yeah.
You mean he rode out like his own death?
Yeah. The beast of Arg. Oh, I'm not going fast enough.
Yeah.
There we go.
I love that. God, it really needs to just play Deja Vu every time you get on one of those. Deja Vu. So, what games are you looking at for the board game night?
Oh,
I know that's random, but
so so I guess for chat,
it's been on my mind.
We're planning a board game night, Christmas or New Year's Eve, and oh, can I scan these guys? Okay, I'll try and scan it later. So New Year's Eve, we're getting some friends together and we're doing a board game night. I mean, the nice thing is since I'm hosting, like I just have access to all my board games. I was looking for, and I can't find it. I gotta figure out where I packed it away. I thought 2 Rooms and a Boom would be good because we're like gonna be a decent sized group of like maybe 10 to 12 people.
I love those kind of games. Ultimate
Yeah.
Werewolf, 2 Rooms and a Boom.
Yeah.
Anything where like you have a class system and social engineering, you know,
Yeah.
basically like Victorian era.
Yeah.
Just great, you know. No, but seriously, I do love any game where like you have a, you know, secret information where it's actually about like deducing things.
Yeah, the social context
where it's,
of...
I guess, because it's not mechanically deep, you know, like mechanically, there's not a lot going on in those games.
Right, you're basically
all
just
about,
voting
like,
who stays and goes every time.
Yeah, it's about like knowing enough about what can be hidden is useful. Like, you know, that's a big part of like when you start playing TI4. Like a big thing is like most people don't, unless they play a lot, they don't know all the cards in the action card deck, and that's like a 200 card deck. So that's like you're not gonna have a lot of people who do.
Yeah, you need a lot of games.
Like, they're playing on the server I play on if they know those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like all the laws. That's a 60 card deck. So like, there's certain things that you just don't want to do. Like, there's a law called mutiny that you have to vote on it. If you vote for, you gain a victory point. If you vote against, everybody who voted for loses a victory point. But the
Yeah.
important part here is that if you have to know that mutiny's in the deck, because you want to save one vote every single time for the second law from the first law. So
Yeah.
like, even if the first law is super important to you, you're like, I can spend everything but one vote because I have to save it for mutiny. And those
Yeah.
little plays don't happen unless you like, know the deck, which is something that like,
You only
playing Two
really
Rooms
know
in
it
a
if
Boom
it
is
comes up. Yeah.
like a fresh player. You don't know that
All the
sometimes when somebody
roles.
shows you a card, it's going to get traded to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that about Two Rooms in a Boom.
Or that
That it
someone can
rewards players for
be
like having
it.
gotten that knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, that someone can like appear
Yeah,
to be a
that
color
also
but actually a different color, so like the information you see is not reliable. Yeah, it's a really
yes.
fun game.
Yeah,
If
because and I just love the designs of those types of games, like Ultimate Werewolf, Two Rooms in a Boom. I know there's other ones, but I don't know like their names. Those are just the ones that I've played.
yeah.
What are those games even called as like a genre? Is it just like let me
Um
look that up actually. I'm kind of curious.
Social, I mean it's got to be like we've always just called them party games, but I recognize that's super
Social
vague.
engineering game.
I mean
Social
with
deduction party game is what they label Two Rooms
oh,
in a
okay.
Boom.
Yeah. That makes sense. And yeah, Werewolf is the same
Uh,
thing, Mafia is the same thing.
Board Game Geek has it. What do they name it? Or what do they call it? Yeah,
Chad, if you're
they use the
wondering,
same thing on.
so Nate is going through some very exciting life changes stuff. He I don't want to spoil it if he hasn't talked about it for chat, but he and Abby are prepping for some big things to happen. That's why he has not streamed the last 2 Wednesdays. Um, and I figured because I knew he wasn't going to stream today, I would use that opportunity to play some more Metroid because I really like this game and I'm hoping to beat it this year. I don't know if that's in the cards now, but I'm gonna play this today. I am not gonna be streaming Monday, but I am probably gonna do an early morning stream Wednesday, because again we have the aforementioned like board game get together party for dinner. But it's like I could do something like beforehand. I just need to make sure it's early enough that I can help with prep for everything else.
What you just mentioned about games that you're not sure you're going to get through, it reminded me of your question the other day where you were asking
Oh yeah.
what games you want to catch
Yes.
up with, and
I know we
I
talked
forgot.
about Expedition 32,
I
but
actually
you have another
was
one.
like, yeah, I was Unicorn Overlord. Yeah.
Oh
So I've been
yeah.
saving it because it looks really good.
And you haven't even
As far as like
started that
tactical
one.
RPGs go.
Yeah.
I haven't
It's
even started
by
it. Yeah.
It's no.
Because like I mentioned,
It's not by the
it's
same
by the
people.
same people who did like Octopath Traveler.
Oh, okay,
so,
it is. It is. I thought so, but then I was like,
right?
am I mixing it up with Triangle Strategy? I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah,
like,
I'm pretty sure it's the same people, and then I'm pretty sure they are. Let me double check. But the other thing was I was going to say Square Enix's publisher. Triangle Strategy. Let me see here. So Triangle Strategy is by the developers are Square Enix and ArtDink. And let me see, Pegasus, or I'm sorry, Unicorn Overlord is wait.
I am driving around the desert with a
Vanillaware?
purpose, so you guys know it.
Huh.
I'm not just
Never
wandering
mind then.
aimlessly. I am making my way to the
I even got the publisher wrong.
camp.
It's Atlas.
Wait, Square Enix is developing but not publishing?
So no, this is Vanillaware did. Square Enix is the developer of Triangle Strategy, and
Okay.
they have another studio involved as well.
Okay.
And I believe they're doing the publishing too. Then Unicorn Overlord is developed by Vanilla Ware or Vanilla Aware. Um, and it's published by Atlas, which that makes sense that it's published by Atlas. That's another,
Yeah.
you're gonna get RPGs from them too.
Yeah.
So, JRPGs.
There was a time when Atlas was on like a super big tear doing JRPGs on the Wii that were like they were smaller. It was like a weird they were smaller budgets, but they were still pretty good. But like that was like my peak JRPG gaming years was like weird JRPGs on the Wii that like no one else has played. Like I'm trying to think of um Arcrise
Microbrewery
Fantasia. Um, uh,
What was the one where you? Oh my god! I think it's set in. I don't remember if this is set in the Persona thing. But it came out as the same time as like as Xenoblade.
yeah.
There was like 3 games that you mentioned to me at the time that they weren't sure if they were going to come out in America.
Yes. Look up Project Rainfall.
And one of them had.
Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Operation Rainfall? Oh yeah, a video game oriented fan. So there was Xenogears, Xenosaga. God, they don't say the name on this. How is that possible?
I'm trying to.
Well, there was the last story, Pandora's Tower. Pandora's Tower, I think, was the one that I was trying to remember.
Yeah, and then the last story is like, it's a Final Fantasy game. It's literally called The Last Story. It's just not under the Final Fantasy branding.
But there was another one that I'm trying to think of. It had like a blonde girl with pigtails on the cover. Who was it was like and it was like I don't remember if it was in the Persona universe per se, but it had very similar Persona like mechanics where like you were affecting that person by trying to climb a maze.
Catherine.
That was like
that's
her
not
nightmare or something. Catherine, yeah, Catherine.
That's not part of Project Rainfall, but yes, came out around the same time.
It came out at the time, but I couldn't remember if Pandora's Tower was the one I was trying to think of.
No, Pandora's Tower is a weird one.
It shows you that hand, and you put up.
Your sister has like monster aids, or your lover. Your lover has monster aids, and you have to like hunt monsters to feed her parts of them to cure her monster aids. It was good. All right. We're back to.
I love that your character, like, was able to put their hand on that pad that had 3 fingers.
Oh yeah. Well, so that is like, there's an interesting.
The security really sucks.
No. So it's actually there is a canon thing about this. It came up in the first Prime game. Samus's suit is
I mean, it's acting like their tech, or it is their tech.
Yes, it has this ability. The Chozo are so technologically advanced that they made her the suit, and it is universally adaptable. It can reconfigure itself to interact with anything, and that's why she's able to I
mean, it is.
She's not finding specifically compatible
mass, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, it's not like she's finding specifically compatible upgrades.
So, I mean,
out
at that point, she can do anything.
Her ability to interact with anything. Yeah, 100%.
her ability to do mass to energy transfer with 0
Yeah.
loss.
Okay, so
I mean,
last time
in
we
theory, her
played,
suit like should just make her a god, right? Like,
she basically is 100%.
I was gonna say, like, what is the limiting factor on her suit? Just her battery, basically.
Um, yeah, yeah. Her like energy cells.
Because otherwise, because like she is like her suit is like hard light, basically, right? Like Halo's hard
Yeah.
light.
Yep, 100%.
Or is it actually doing what I was saying about like light actually being made into, or energy actually being made into to mass?
I mean, I guess I view hard light as doing that already. Is it not? Does hard light not do that?
I was thinking, I was thinking if hard light is using photons, then like it never did pure energy to mass, right? Because that's a wave and a particle. If you're just doing enough of it and you can walk on it for some reason, I don't know.
Yeah,
It
I'm
could
not
be the
sure.
same. I don't know if they ever give us enough like pseudoscience bullshit to let us know. But Halo does a pretty good job of like trying to like ground things in at least the first few games in some level of science. So I just always assumed it was like they know a way to fire photons that allows you to walk on them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I view it as it is solid matter,
But
but it
being able to
can,
like take energy and then make matter out of it would be
yeah.
like the thing doesn't need any power afterwards to maintain its state, whereas hard light seems to need power to continue to function.
Yeah, I guess
Because we see
um
bridges get disabled by power
yeah,
fluctuations.
and Samus has shields that get
That's
depleted, so
that's the big difference. Is
it's hard light.
she can even like take off her suit, right? Like,
Yes, and she does.
but her suit, like if you took the battery out of it, would go away,
Yeah. Her
right?
suit it's like a
Or took the power source
sailor,
out
it's
of
like
it.
a sailor.
Yeah, so it is like a weird hard light.
Yeah, it's a sailor
It's like a
soldier
hard
type
light with
transformation.
like a low power and a high power mode.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, psychic beam
Oh
upgraded
yeah,
part.
and
Sweet.
also the rolling state is crazy as well.
Yeah, that is like her bot because physically, like I don't think the ball is big enough, so her body is like broken down and then reconstructed.
Yeah, we have an extra dimensional space in there. Like it's now printing. God, what are those? What are the smallest unit of measurement? Like the universal pixel. You know what I'm talking about? Where
Um,
it's like constantly being created and destroyed to create
gluons.
space. I can't remember what they call it. Something like, well, it's something like that. They're basically manufacturing those inside there to make an extra dimensional space.
Quarks.
Let me. I actually. No, not quarks. Smaller than that. It's the smallest unit of measurement. Uh, Planck length,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which is yeah, and so that would be your what do you call it? Mm, your pixel, your universal pixel,
Yeah.
real pixel. I don't know what you want to call it.
All right. Well, we talked to Mackenzie. We're going left across. I
See
think
you,
we're gonna go
Daniela.
back to the fire area, um, so that we now have the ice beam. That lava spill that we saw earlier, we can now take care of... Oh, you know what? Let's try using this. Nope. No one else here.
So I watched a super random movie, Cameron.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, you
I
watched
watched
Lincoln.
Yeah. I had been meaning to watch it, and I just saw it on YouTube and was like, yeah, you know, I'll take a look at that.
Where did it go?
Very interesting. I was curious, like, how they, like, because Lincoln is so contemporary, like, there obviously was going to be accounts of what he was like. You know, it's going to be possible, even without recordings, to do a pretty good job of recreating him.
Yes.
It was pretty neat getting to see, like, how much of that was, like, you know, how accurate they were.
Yeah.
And, I mean, based on, you know, my searches, it seemed like they did a really good job. Or at least they were lauded for doing a good job, is what I should say.
Yeah, I think when it came out...
Not like I did any research.
I mean, it won a bunch of awards. It... Like,
I was wondering about, like, certain things that, like, they talk about that are clearly, like, they're clearly making jokes about, like, today, like, how the parties are. You know what I mean? Like, so, well, what I'm saying is that, like, you can both, it probably would work in the time period, but also it's funny to the audience when you're looking at it from today's, you know, point of view as well. Like, it works, it's like, almost like a double entendre. But for, like, you know, them talking about, when one of them is talking about, being lectured at by an abolitionist. You know, I'm like, I actually know, just from playing, like, EU4 and EU5 and all those different games, that, like, throughout history, people, like, were so pissed off at, like, random abolitionists, like, talking to them, like, you know, people thought of them as talking down to them, when really they're trying to be like, we gotta, like, save these people, whereas, but they, like, how do I say this? Like, people thought of it like this person being high and mighty and up on their horse, you know, kind of thing. Their high horse. But really, like, you know, once they started to get more information out to, like, the public about, you know, what slavery was like in the Deep South, you know, that changed things significantly in the public view.
Yeah.
But, so, it worked really well where they're, like, they're making it, they're saying something that is contemporary, but at the same time, they're also, like, the way that they say it is, like, making a joke about, like, you know, people, like, trying to moralize, equivocalize, things like that, you know, like, in the modern era. Because they're talking about, you know, they talk about the Republicans doing it, or abolitionist Republicans doing it. And this is another Republican talking about it being like, and they call them, they actually say a radical Republican when they say that. And I was like,
yes.
Okay, I don't know that they would use that word, but I know that they would
that
feel
was that was
the way
a
that they were
contemporary
talking
term.
about.
Like, radical Republican was a term of that time. Like, that's...
Well, because I know that the Republicans at that time are, like, brand new, basically. The Whigs have just been defeated. But what I meant is, like,
the party itself,
you are a
was
radical...
Yeah.
Yeah. They're basically... That's also, like... Not only is that historical, but by making sure that that line is there, it's really funny, you know, thinking about, like, the Tea Party and stuff like that, and, like, other elements of the Republican Party in the modern day.
Well,
not to mention, like, the abolitionist idea being, like, that is contemporary. It makes a lot of sense that they would talk that way. But it's also really funny when you think about, you know, their word choices.
I think
in the modern
came out before the Tea Party was a thing.
Oh, Tea Party's actually pretty old, surprisingly, because they were around when Mitt Romney, 2009. So
yeah, Lincoln. Wasn't Lincoln? Oh, Lincoln was 2012. For some reason, I thought it was older than that.
Yeah. No.
So I'm up here.
But yeah. Well, Cameron, the Tea Party is older than that. It's 1773. But yeah, just really, really good. Like, I enjoyed the humor as well as like it on the levels on the many levels that they were allowed to do it on because of you know the time period they're writing in and for the
Yeah.
audience they're writing for.
So if I put
And
you-
actually, I think it'll hold up better when you have people who hopefully don't have to deal with that kind of stuff. Hopefully.
Well, a mode is socketed, it spouts water at a fixed pressure.
But I think if we learn anything from the movie, they'll always have to deal with that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, so
It might not be slavery, but we will always have a dysfunctional House and Senate.
Yeah.
They will be dysfunctional.
Oh my god, that's
They'll win through bribery. The getting it passed by like fucking corruption is also like hilarious to me. I'm like, people talk about us not being able to get anything done today, but it's only because we can't just blatantly, bribe people in the streets because somebody will record it.
Yeah. Wrong shot.
And also, we can't just have senators like trying to blow people away.
Yeah, Bilbo's
we
bribery
get
scenes are great.
Yeah, Bilbo's bribery scenes are hilarious to me. But yeah, just awesome movie. Really great. Really cool to just get to, like, use my knowledge of, like, how... Because until I played Victoria 3 and EU4, I couldn't have told you, like, what was contemporary to that time, thought process-wise. So it was really cool getting to be like, hey, I know that stuff, like, because I play a video game.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I wish I had this when I was... Every time I'm playing these things, Cameron, I'm like, if only I had been into these games in high school. Like, for fuck's sake, like...
Yeah, there's also really good books on that subject matter. Like, I've read a couple, I've shared a couple, like,
They're so
older history
dry, though.
books.
I would have never been able to get myself to do it when I was in high school. You know what I mean? Like, the reason that I can enjoy that now, even... I could read a book now, like, for fun, but, like, I couldn't have got myself to do that when I was in high school, I don't think.
Yeah.
The idea of me, like, sitting down to read, like, a history book that, like, is properly sourced is probably not something I could have gotten myself to do back then.
Yeah.
But, like, I definitely could have got myself to play, like, EU4 and, like, Victoria 2 if I had discovered them. And I would have done... I actually did pretty good at history, but because the way history was taught at Loveland, at least, is so America-centric that as to... Which, I mean, I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. You are in high school after all. But, in America.
Yeah.
But it does mean that, like, you hear about the Ottoman Empire as, like, a paragraph. Stuff like that. Where you're like, huh, that's a little more important to, like, world history, but sure. Let's just be like, the first time you hear about the Ottoman Empire is the old man of Europe is dying. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what you're supposed to do there, too, and I got no clue.
I think I'm just slow. Yeah, I was just being slow. Alright, there we go. Done.
But yeah.
Yeah,
and then
Lincoln's
the only
a
other topic I
great
had
movie.
was
Have you seen Kingdom of Heaven?
Yeah.
That's another one.
That was like when that's when so I saw that movie, and I would say that is maybe a couple years before I started to actually like care about history.
Gotcha. It might be worth
Is that
rewatching.
movie?
The director's
So,
cut in particular is
oh, I
really
love it
excellent.
because it's just really great because so uh what one of the things about that movie that got me really interested in like learning something about history was the fact that you have the leper, uh the Knights Hospitaller, yeah, um there as well.
Yeah,
And I'm a 40k person, and that's where the idea of like Nurgles units come from,
yeah,
is the Leper Knights, which is I mean, they have actually, like, as you would imagine of sick people, one of the worst like combat records.
yeah.
I
It's
mean, they
not a
can't feel
great.
shit,
Yeah,
so like that makes it hard to wield a sword dexterously when you're losing muscle strength and like
and
can't feel
losing
anything. It doesn't mean that like
fingers.
you're not gonna notice you're bleeding out. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like I don't know. It's really funny to hear that. That's when I learned that like that's where like the Nurgle Marines came from. I was like, man, that is brutal. Like,
yeah,
because these guys, like, this isn't Nurgle. Like, you don't get a buff from having this disease. Like,
no, yeah. I mean, well, that's
you're
that's the
you're
sort of
out
thing
in
that's like, hey,
Crusader land,
yeah,
in plate mail, in heraldry, on a horse, and you're sick. Like it sucks just to be a person who had to be in armor out in the desert.
yeah,
But now you are a person who is like you have a wasting disease.
yeah,
You are losing appendages. Like, I don't even know. Like, hydration as a leper must just be miserable. Like, trying to keep yourself hydrated. So like being a leper in a desert sounds like the worst thing possible to me. I might not be right, but that's just my first impression.
it seems
You
like
know,
it super sucks.
be yeah. So pretty crazy. I do love that movie though because of that. God, what is that king's name? I can never remember his name.
Well, you could look it up. I don't
The one who
know.
formed the Leopard Knights. Yeah, Leper King.
Oh,
Baldwin the
Fireblocker.
Fourth of Jerusalem.
Woo.
Oh, right, and it's the Order of Saint Lazarus. I said the Knights Hospitaller, but they were broken off from the Knights Hospitaller into the Leper
Yes.
Knights
And there
of
there was
the
a
Order of
prominent
Saint
Knight
Lazarus
Hospitaller
because there was enough
character
of them to
in
form a
the
unit.
movie, but that was I think that was like God stand-in.
Well, that was that was Baldwin.
No, no, no. There was a
So
different.
it takes place during the time.
There's two
Oh, I don't remember him then.
characters. Yeah,
I don't
Bald.
remember the other Leper Knight.
He wasn't a he wasn't a leper knight. He was just a knight hospitaller.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I guess so people know you could join that unit even if you weren't a leper. And actually, like towards the end of that unit existing, most of the knights weren't lepers because, I mean,
They
you know,
realized it's a tough.
the attrition
I mean,
rate's pretty high.
you essentially
Yeah.
joined as a leper not to be successful, but to like have a quicker
Yeah.
death
Yeah,
and get
because you're
into
not allowed to
heaven.
commit suicide because it's Christianity. So
Yeah,
this is the only way that you're effectively capable of doing it without
yeah.
the wasting being what gets you. I say wasting, but I don't know if that's the proper way to refer to it. But same result in the end, you know.
It's yeah. I mean, leprosy is brutal. I don't know. Like, is the modern day solution any better?
I don't know. Well, we don't send them to colonies anymore, right?
I mean, we might. It just might be like a hospital.
Leprosy. I assume we have a cure for it now. I thought we had a cure for it, I should say.
Alright, head into the mountain.
Prevention.
I don't even know what it... Ooh, whoa.
My god. I love this, like, 40s, like... I don't know, it looks like... They have a image of a poster on Wikipedia that looks like it's gotta be from between World War I and World War II, because it's got people with fezzes and turbans, but in, like, business suits, and it says, it's, like, basically a public awareness, like, poster that I assume would have been in the Ottoman Empire, saying, like, you know, be
Don't
aware,
touch.
it says, yeah, leprosy is not confined to the poor and the beggars. No race, caste, or class, and, oh, no, this is India, is entirely free. I didn't know India wore fezzes. Or that there was any subculture that would have worn them there. Or, okay, actually, hold on. This is probably printed by British people. For God's sake, they might not wear fezzes. If this is in the 30s,
parts of them do. I mean, that's the thing.
imagine
India,
that some British.
India is
Well, no,
super...
you get what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about colonial British person in the 30s might have just assumed that they wear fezzes.
Yeah. But it is also, like, parts of India do. It's just such a massive, like, region.
I didn't know it spread there. I always thought fezzes were limited to Morocco. Let's see. Oh, there's a vaccine. Or a novel vaccine.
Oh, so it is a virus.
Entered trials in 2017.
Oh,
well,
shit.
I mean, I don't know about that. It could be bacterial, right?
I think if it's a vaccine, by definition, it would be a virus. I thought, I guess I thought a vaccine was a way to prevent viral infection.
Nah, vaccines work on bacteria as well. Actually, they should be better with bacteria. You're just telling your immune system about them, so I mean... and also viruses tend to, how do you say, mutate a lot more. So, harder to lock something in that's going to, work in all cases.
I thought most of the things that I learned...
Well, and also... let's see here. It says they're a mycobacterium. Yeah, it says it's an aerobic rod-shaped acid-fast bacterium with a waxy cell envelope. So I know a couple of those words.
Yeah.
But hopefully that means, you know, I'm reading that right and that is a bacteria. But also, isn't, what's the thing you need iron lungs for again? What was that thing called? Why am I blanking?
Polio?
Polio. Isn't polio a bacteria too?
Generally, I don't know. I thought it was a vaccine. I thought that if you got a vaccine, it was to prevent you from getting a virus. I thought, like, somehow vaccine...
No, it's the polio virus.
Yeah. And, like, flu virus vaccine. And so, like, that's why I thought that so many of the vaccines I know of are viruses. I just kind of assumed that they all were.
Yeah, because some of our... So, like, God, smallpox has gotta be... Let me look at smallpox.
That's a virus.
Because I would have thought, like, some of the... Yeah, is it?
I think pox is like chicken pox is a
Caused by the
virus.
variola virus. What is, Oh, pox is always a virus?
Yeah,
Or likely. Let's
that's
see.
again, this is me not having any medical knowledge, just like how I remember certain things to.
Well, me too. I enjoy... I... So, I'm not looking this up because... I'm not asking you the questions because I'm expecting, like, a answer that is, like, perfect. I'm asking because it's fun to, like, see how we remember these things, and
Yeah.
then look and try to see what it actually is, and then try to figure out, like, why we arrived at the answer that we did.
Yeah, and maybe
At least for
like
me, I enjoy that kind of
maybe
process.
things have changed since like we first learned stuff.
Well, because I remember, people always talk about vaccines that have live bacteria, vaccines that don't have live bacteria, um,
See,
that
that
have
I've
like
heard
stunned
virus.
bacteria in it.
Like
I've
a
heard
vax.
both.
I guess if you search the Wikipedia article on on vaccine, what does it say?
You know, we could do that. I'm gonna do that. That's a
Why not?
is a
It's a late night
biological
stream. Let's
active.
let's scratch our curious itch and hope it's not a viral itch.
A
This desert
vaccine
is
typically
so
contains an
fucking
agent
empty.
that resembles a disease-causing microorganism and is often made from weakened or killed forms of the microbe, its toxins, or one of its surface proteins. The agents simulate the immune system to recognize the agent as a threat, destroy it, and recognize further and destroy any microorganisms that associated with that agent.
Okay,
So,
so they're definitely making it generic enough that it could be whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
good to know.
But it's funny because like all the examples I can think of are like not bacterial.
Yeah,
So
like flu virus, um,
is measles?
like
No, measles is a
HPV,
virus. Smallpox is a virus. Measles is a virus.
chicken
Polio is a
pox,
virus.
shingles.
What about tendinitis? Tendinitis is bacterial, and that one does have a.
Ah, okay.
But that's like it's funny because that's like the first one that I've heard of. So far from us going through all this, and I wouldn't have picked tendinitis because I know you require like a rusty nail for that. You know what I mean? Well, I guess that's how you get the bacteria, right?
Yeah.
Well, a rusty anything. Huh.
So it
The world
sounds like
so
it doesn't
this is
have to be a
also
virus,
interesting.
but it's commonly enough. The most common examples are all viruses.
Yeah.
That's probably why I think that. Why I thought
Well,
that.
and also if like all the early examples were viruses, because
Yeah.
if we didn't think we could do bacteria, it may be one of those situations where we've gotten the ability to do bacteria, but like when the word was derived, it was derived from working against viruses, which
Yeah.
is why
Oh,
it starts with the...
and it may be that there wasn't a need because like maybe we're expanding our vaccine need because antibiotics like they used to be stronger
That
than they
too.
are now. And it's like, oh
That's a good
shit.
point as well.
Now because I thought genuine like I originally thought that
Did you
like
also know
antibiotics are
that...
for bacteria, and then because they are living cells that you can kill, but because viruses exist in this like weird dormant state, we can't
Yeah.
use antibiotics on them. We have to use
Yeah, there's antivirals, but
yeah.
like, you don't use antibiotics on them. But because basically what you're doing is you're defusing a virus when you use an antibiotic or an antiviral on it. You are ingesting something that will be processed by your body in such a way to produce proteins that'll bind to the virus to cause it to be either inert or for your immune system to pick it up. or being injected, possibly not ingested. But I always think that's crazy when looking at medications, and it's like they have to like make sure that not only does it make it through the digestive system as the chemical they want it, that it releases from the capsule, and then they're like, okay, it's going to release while it's in this process of your digestive system, which means we're involved with these chemicals, so if we put these chemicals in, we'll actually end up with the right chemical that we want in the end.
Yes.
I always really enjoy that. It's like what you're not supposed to do in programming, where you like build in a bunch of state and manipulate it.
I wonder if I can make this jump. Hey.
So that's why I've always found it really interesting and funny. Where I'm like, oh, okay. Just the opposite of programming. You have this gigantic state machine, and we need to inject something into the middle of the state machine and have it work. And you have no debugger. Good luck.
Yeah. Quiet chat tonight. I wonder where everyone's in. No one's willing to hang out on stream at 11:45 on Christmas Eve.
And then talk vaccines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is anyone in chat a virologist or have a medical degree?
Well, on a different note with bacteria and virology, I really do want to see an update to Pandemic, where like they add in like anti-vaxxers and stuff like that.
Yeah, we talked about that last time. I think like turning it into a I mean, the problem is I would get angry. Like I would get
But that game should make you angry. Like
yes. Well, I get it's not that. I'd get angry at real life.
I mean,
there's the expansion where it's like it's the now you gotta fight the viral terrorist, but now it's like, oh no, that's just like most of the population of the planet.
Yeah. Well, the best part is you could still have the bioterrorist, but now you have the population also. You have
not listening
basically
to scientists. You
have hidden information bioterrorist, and you have active information bioterrorist, which is just the rest of the population, like the kid going on TikTok and licking a toilet, like.
Yeah. Oh.
There's the bioterrorist you can see, and then there's the bioterrorist you can't see.
Yeah, and
for every 10,000 you can see, there's one that you're not.
Yeah,
working undercover.
The 10,000, the secret one doesn't have to do anything because those 10,000 motherfuckers are doing their job.
He identifies as a bioterrorist, but really he doesn't really do anything.
He just posts
gets paid
on Reddit.
Yeah, he just posts on Reddit all day about how like, wow, I can't believe the government's they're hiding microchips in the vaccines, right?
Yeah. The vaccine's gonna make you gay.
It made my frogs gay.
Yeah, it turned all my frogs gay.
Oh my god. God. I just imagine like how I would do this if I was working on the game, and I would just have a giant deck of events that are just like all like nonsense crap that like it's society responding, and like maybe like 5 of them are beneficial.
Yeah.
But like it's a 200 card deck, and it's like 195 of these are like benign or like actively detrimental to your quest to contain the viruses.
I guess that
it would be even more devastating than the bioterrorist.
Oh, 100%.
Well, unless you're playing with Nate as the bioterrorist, Nate Ray, and he just like said he shows me his like ledger, and I'm like, Nate, you can't just pick a spot on the map to go to. They have to be connected.
Yeah.
God damn, I couldn't believe that. We're trying to hunt him down, and what we didn't realize is that not only is it a bioterrorist, but they figured out teleportation.
Yeah. How to break
No wonder we can't win when he is just materializing microbes at a spot.
What if I freeze this?
Oh, you should have frozen that clump of animals.
I might in the next area. I'm
Can you stand on like a group of them if you freeze them?
um
I was wondering if they were moving around because they're supposed to be used like a platform, or if it's just for show.
oh, those guys up above. I don't think that's a like I don't think there's anything to reach in that room. But let's see. Okay, I can freeze this, and then I can go. Nothing here. All right.
Oh, and then I have my final disjointed topic,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which
What's
was
up?
uh they found like one of the earliest Linux. So this is interesting to me because we're we're at a point in history where like computing is like, you know, old enough that we can have stuff that we've lost. One of those being like the earliest versions of Unix. So like they found Unix v4 on like a tape and recovered it, and that's 52 years after Unix was created.
Yes.
And this is like, if we're talking like what a Unix operating system should look like, you people would like recognize the commands today.
Yeah.
It's written in C, so like this is like, if you go back one more version, you end up at the divergent, you know, the missing link essentially.
Yeah.
This is the missing link, I guess, is what, since it's what links the previous versions to modern Linux. It's pretty neat that they actually found that, and the fact that it had been lost up until this point is
Yeah.
pretty
It's
interesting.
like there's so much data out there that like I listened to an interesting talk about like one of the things that like modern archaeologists are struggling with the fact that there isn't enough data about ancient civilizations. Future archaeologists are going to struggle with just how much data we have and how useless most of it is, and how to
Yes,
like sift through the noise to put together useful like that information wasn't lost because it was like
it's obfuscated.
yeah, exactly.
It's buried in noise. Yeah, that is an interesting subject. The idea that, you know, we're gonna basically have this point where it is hard to tell what was contemporary
Yeah.
because there are enough sources for everything saying that everything was contemporary effectively.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my final like thing that I wrote down for the stream today. I ran into that and was like, "Oh, that's super cool that they actually found that." And that it was like on just some ancient media.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, at some point, are we going to be struggling to, like, how
So
do we read something?
we already have those problems with like Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Like,
like the masters, right?
well, they don't exist. The way that TV worked at the time was that they were concerned at the time that uh, the actors were concerned that basically they would act once and then they would never be hired again because they could just rerun these things forever.
Yeah.
So the way it worked for the BBC, for example, was that they would run the episodes twice, then they would send those episodes to the colonies to be run twice, and they were supposed to be destroyed after that. And the idea was is that they would re tape the episodes with the actors to effectively as if you were
Keep
doing like a
paying them.
play, a
Yeah.
show. You know, they pay them for another airing of the show and re-record it. And obviously that never happened. But what that means is like they don't have most of like season 1 of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Um, and what we do have has been recovered from stuff that made it to the colonies and then wasn't disposed of.
Destroyed. Yeah.
And because of the materials that were used at the time for recording, like a lot of them are on these things that are like super caustic, like need to be stored at very unusual like conditions to like survive. The one I was reading about was recorded on this weird silver tape that like melted it's acidic and it melted to itself over time. So they were using x-rays to read the tape as a 3D object and basically break it apart. And they were cutting into the tape and cutting it into chunks.
Fuck.
So they were getting blocks of tape, but they don't have the audio for it because the audio was separate.
Upgrade needed to traverse lava. Okay.
And
I thought maybe the ice beam would let me get through here, but I guess it won't.
and if I remember right, they found this in like Lebanon or something like that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was out in like a warehouse that a BBC studio had, and they were like, "Hey, you guys are looking for this stuff, right?" And they were able to give it to them. One of my friends is really big into Doctor Who and sent me like the whole article for how they like went about retrieving it, and how one guy had it in his, after they got it back, one of the guys at the BBC had it in his like freezer for like 10 years because that's the only way to like keep it from deteriorating.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing is like there is an active effort to recover these things, but also there's not the budget to store,
you have to get it right on the first shot. Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
only so many times you can like attempt.
Well, he was storing that in his own fridge at his house. Like they didn't provide him with the budget to set up facilities to then store these things.
Yeah, someone had to be dedicated enough to do that.
And he's actually like the way that he's gotten a lot of these things restored is by going to like colleges and stuff like that and being like, can you guys like do this work pro bono basically, like,
yeah,
because he's not budgeted for it. So
yeah,
like he's just doing this, like he is tasked with that job, but like his budget is like abysmal.
You know what? We're gonna go north to see what is up over here. So I think I need to go to the southwest to get a suit upgrade. But I'm feeling like it's a late night stream. We're chatting about Doctor Who. I'm gonna go off the rails.
I was gonna say, I know almost nothing about Doctor Who. The reason I know that much, no, because I found out I can't watch season 1.
But you don't need to.
I know you don't, but like, doesn't it feel weird to start a series knowing that there isn't a season 1?
No. Because the way I view it is they call them series, so you're not missing season 1, you're missing series 1.
I get that. What I'm saying is in general. I'm not saying in practice, because also like you don't need to know about the other Doctors to like really enjoy them.
I view it like if I wanted to watch South Park, I don't need to go back and watch all the South Park I missed.
Yeah, because there's not
the newest one.
Well, South Park might not be a great example because there's continuity when a particular Doctor is around, right? Like,
yeah, but I think
you don't need
Park
to know everything the previous Doctor did. Yeah, but South Park doesn't break it down as nicely. Like, in a season, there might be an overarching, like, theme or, like, story, but there doesn't have to be. Whereas, like, the Doctors, I guess maybe the early Doctors didn't have any overarching story? But, like, I assume they did because, like, the Daleks existed and, like...
No, I think that's all been recent stuff. It used to be a very episodic, like, let's teach kids history type show.
Really?
And, yeah, that's what it started out as. And then, like...
I was gonna say, I've actually seen the Dalek from season 1, and it hasn't changed much, actually. It's kind of crazy.
No, but that's because they're referencing season 1. That's not like...
Oh, I know, but I mean, no, it's not... I'm just amazed that, like, there's enough fans that, like, really enjoyed it enough that, like, that design survived not getting, like, modernized. Yeah, exactly. Like, because we could have a modernized Dalek, right?
I think
There's no
well,
reason we
I'd say
couldn't, other
this.
than like nostalgia and people like it, right?
Series 9 is where I started. That was the start of the reboot. That did a lot of that modernization stuff. And then I think when it got popular, like the series 10 and 11 were like, no, let's go back and make it just like oh, come on.
Yeah,
Let me
but make the suit like something
Standing
that
birds.
somebody can like stand to be in.
Yeah.
Because I assumed that first one was pretty miserable.
I imagine it's like R2-D2. You just need a double amputee.
Yeah.
And they're fine.
BBC is just like, we just need a midget.
Well,
Which-
mean, Doctor Who is like a post-World War II show. So, like, they had a bunch of dudes missing their legs.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Listen, you gotta hire the troops. This was Doctor Who was part of the veteran employment
Oh my God.
pipeline.
I just imagine, like, you know, the newsreel, and this is our boy out there in the field.
Yeah, yeah.
Back from the trenches. Well, not in World War II, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Working at his new job in the industry.
Yeah. The guy's like, I went to college. I trained. I'm an accountant. But you got no legs.
No. I was a surgeon.
Yeah, I was a surgeon.
until I lost my arms.
Yeah.
Double amputee.
We need
surgeon.
someone,
boy.
We need someone who has no legs. So
we need somebody with precise motor control to control this Dalek.
Yeah.
But it has no appendages. Exactly. God.
I'm trying to.
And we
figure
also
out,
need
like...
somebody who can memorize all of its lines.
Yeah.
Destroy. We know you're not an actor, so we've left it. Yeah, what's my motivation? Destroy.
Okay, so this is a different structure.
Can you imagine somebody trying to direct the Dalek for the first time, being like, I just need you to say,
I know you're saying destroy, but you're not making me believe.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they have little barriers.
I'm not feeling destroyed.
Yeah. They have little barriers, so I can't, like, ride my bike over it. That's funny. Shock-resistant bollards. They automatically lower to be stowed beneath the bridge's surface while the bridge is passable.
Somebody is firing off fireworks.
You've never lit off Christmas Eve fireworks?
No, that feels very Griswold.
Oh, okay. So I can't go here either because I don't have the spider ball upgrade. All right.
And this is our boy with none of his fingers with these blasting caps.
Yeah.
God, my grandfather told me actually he had like a friend in school who
lost his hand.
Yeah, he lost his hand because he was holding the blasting cap when he hit it with a hammer.
Ah, Jesus.
Well, he lost fingers, I mean, not his hand. But they had access to blasting caps because, you know, kids in those days, man. And they're worried about kids now. It's like, well, at least they're not just out there with blasting caps and a hammer.
Yeah, what's the worst a kid gets up to these days? Gets in a relationship with a 50-year-old man on Fortnite?
Yeah. Who gives them blasting caps and a hammer?
Yeah.
God damn it, it's always the same thing.
It's all, yeah.
It's weird, it doesn't matter how it starts out, they always end up with blasting caps and a hammer.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Yeah.
We don't even make these anymore.
You think there'd be some divergence in the data, but it's pretty clear.
Or what if there's not a blasting cap involved, but they still manage, they always just lose fingers?
But the hammer, I don't even understand. He's just hammering his fingers.
Little Timmy, why are you doing
that? As soon as you introduce a kid to a hammer, If within a few days they can't find blasting caps, they're just taking their fingers off with the hammer.
It's just our like genetic
Yeah,
species
exactly.
memory.
Their pupils go wide, and they're like they've been activated as a sleeper agent.
Ever since the first caveman wielded a hammer,
Yeah.
lost his fingers.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that's a sick jump. Alright, hold on. Hold on. I can do this.
But yeah, they were down at the river, and he was trying to. He was basically doing the idea of like, let's fire a bullet, but like if I'm holding the bullet.
Yeah.
But these are blasting caps, so he had like a rock in front of it that he was going to attempt to fire with the blasting
Oh,
cap.
so close.
I'm like, that's like, imagine if you tried to use your fingers as like the cylinder of a gun, and you're like, okay, so we pack the blasting cap in the back, we put the shot down the front, just like make a tube with your fingers, just like that's what I always imagined when my grandfather told me about that.
I mean, that's what it sounds like. It's just, back in the day, like, what else were you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, you were really bored. You had
Yeah.
nothing to do other than blow your own finger off.
Nintendo should get like a World Health Organization award for saving so many children's
Yeah.
fingers.
And actually, they can even say how many, because like they have the data to know how many people are turning on accessibility features.
Yeah.
So they can be like, over the years, we've noticed that less kids have needed these accessibility features because of no more blasting cap accidents.
Yeah.
Or maybe blasting cap working as intended. We haven't decided yet whether this is a feature or a bug.
It feels like
yeah, it feels like the result should have been
not. Yeah, we're expected.
Pretty known, but
a parental group goes to like the blasting cap company. They're like, I don't understand what your complaint is.
Can you just put less powder in these for the kids?
This is working as intended.
See, it needs to be more than a popper.
Hey, David, you're up late.
More than a popper, but less than like you would put in Solid Shot.
Yeah.
Really, that's the problem. They're just overpacking. You have like somebody trying to solve like the tensile strength problem with the kid's hand so that he can hold it. How many caps can they? How many caps can they fire before the finger gives way?
Ultimate yield stress.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I don't know the right words here, but exactly. They're like, they have the models. They're like, after 5 years, they'll have so many calluses that like, there's a little more tolerance to work with. But after 10 years, like, they're starting to have arthritis set in. So like. You're starting to have off-gassing through like the fingers because they can't hold them together anymore.
Yeah. Alright, I guess I'm going back here.
I miss these nonsense conversations. This is just a normal day at Probasco.
100%. On my way to bed, but decided to drop in for a few minutes. Yeah! And, Merry Christmas, David. Hopefully...
Yeah, have you fired your celebratory Christmas fireworks? Like my neighbors are doing right now? At midnight? I guess that is celebratory Christmas fireworks then. Not even Eve.
Yeah, it's not Eve.
Literally, they're like, stroke of midnight, let's go fire some fireworks. I'm sure my neighbors who complained about my dogs barking are really appreciating that right now. The next thing I'll get is, can you tell your dogs to stop setting off fireworks?
Yeah.
Or else there'll be consequences. Oh, Cameron, it's been pissing me off so much.
Are there any devices in there you can activate now? Probably.
that neighbor who complained about my dog's barking, their dog has been coming out and barking now,
Oh,
and I'm like, it
you
doesn't bother
fucker.
me.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
only
yeah.
bothers me because
You
you said
you were
something
a
about it.
bitch. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be that person who like calls it in just because. Also, the way
You
if
don't
the
want
person
to
was willing to
escalate.
leave me that note, exactly. I was gonna say, they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna understand. They will take the wrong things away from that, unfortunately,
Yeah.
because they already have not considered the idea that maybe their dogs might bark one day,
Yeah,
and
they're
you might want some
already
leniency.
where all right. I'm trying to figure out my orientation here. Alright, here we go. Is that
But yeah, it started like maybe like a month ago. It's been getting like more common though. I don't know if they got like a new dog or something, or if it's just that the dog finally realized that it can see dogs not in my yard, but like it. I think the neighbors' dogs have finally realized that the dog on the other side of me is out. So like basically, I have dogs trying to communicate across my yard to each other.
Yeah, hey you, fuck you, other dog.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, you over there, you dog. Yeah, you dog. Yo, dog.
Okay, so it's probably this door that I
Oh,
can.
yeah. So now that your cats have met Daisy, I need to at some point bring my dogs to meet your cats,
Yeah, like
and we
we've
need we need we need to find out what happens when a rat terrier is introduced to a cat.
I imagine the dogs will bark a little bit, the cats will go hide for a little while. The big thing what I learned with Daisy is it just needs to be time. Like if
So
at some
I know Skipper won't care, or I know Linda won't care because at like the vet when I bring her there, she is like every animal is her friend. But like
yeah,
Skipper's the one that super worries me because like there's either two things that are going to happen. She's either going to be like super afraid, like she is at the vet, where she's like every animal is like some nightmare creature, which I don't understand. Uh, and then, or she will fall back on instincts, and I mean, the scared thing she'll get over eventually. So or I hope she will. I prefer she not live in fear of your cats. But
oh fuck.
the if she does fall back on ratting, that would be pretty bad.
Well, I think part of it is my cats are the same size as your terriers. I think my cats could take your terriers.
I hope
Daisy's a
so.
little scared of them now.
Yeah, actually, if they wailed on Daisy, then we're good. Because I don't know if you've ever looked up videos of a rat terrier ratting, but it's not great. It's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
It's the sort of thing like if you can, because you might have a little more time than I do. If you've got a day off work or something, coordinate with Hannah to like figure out how to do a
I need to do
controlled
that.
introduction.
Yeah, I need to do that. And I'm trying to decide if I should do it one at a time or not. Because I'm
Yeah.
concerned, like... Also, Linda won't care if she's on her own, but, like, if Skipper reacts one way,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she will join in if it's violent.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
obviously, I'm going to keep her on a leash and everything. I'm not going to let her go.
yeah.
So I'm not worried about anything getting hurt, but
Oh,
at the same time, there needs to be a level of caution.
yeah,
I don't want any cat getting shaken by its neck.
yeah.
Although, that'd be really impressive if she could. I don't think she's that strong either. I certainly don't put her through her paces, so. I haven't had her lifting.
Yeah, yeah. That's where you got to start playing tug of war. Start training those neck muscles.
Yeah. No, it's where I need one of those dogs that's like, have you seen pictures of those dog, well, any animal really, that has like one of those diseases where like its muscles don't stop growing?
I know what you mean. Those cows. Like I think of
Yeah,
that where
there's those
like they
cows.
bred for it.
Yeah, and you can actually, you can get dogs that are that way too. Not like bred. I mean, probably somebody's insane and is trying to breed for that, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it can randomly happen within a species as
Yeah.
well. And dude, the pictures of those are insane. I've seen like a wiener dog that has that
Just the
gene.
roided out wiener dog.
Yeah, it's just a roided out wiener dog where you're like, this thing is just like a stick with muscles.
Yeah, something about this ain't right.
Its like feet are actually like pointed in at 45 degrees because of how like muscled up it is.
Yeah.
It's like tendons don't like, the strain on the tendons means that is resting.
Alright. Where am I trying to go?
Yeah, we haven't done that to Skipper, fortunately.
Ah!
But what I'm hoping is that she's just like, these are really strange dogs.
Psychic grapple. Do I have a psychic grapple?
Why do these dogs not smell like dogs?
No, I don't. Okay. So wait, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing here?
I don't know. Isn't this where you went to go get your bike?
Yeah,
Like all the layers
they
of the
were
factory?
directing me back through here for something.
I guess you forgot something.
Yeah.
Good night, David.
Good night, David.
Oh, so I actually started working a little bit on Twilight Imperium and Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty neat. There's so one of the factions has a ability called Visionaria, and what it does is it lets everybody at the table research a technology, but like that's almost exactly what tech does. So like, except that it's really annoying because there's no play button on it to like tell everybody like, hey, I'm doing this. So like I was working on trying to get it so that like there was a play button on the card when you turned it over, so that everybody could report in chat what they're researching.
Yeah.
Because one thing that's also really annoying with Twilight Imperium compared to like most board games is that like if somebody's playing wrong, it's not always obvious that they're playing wrong.
Yes.
You know, like I have never run into somebody who's blatantly cheating in Twilight Imperium.
Yeah,
but
it's
so complicated that like, you know, it's going to be mistakes. It's not going to be blatant cheating.
Yeah.
So like trying to keep track of that stuff really does require like auditing in chat. And like one or two people at the table like trying to pay attention to it.
Yeah. It needs almost like a mediator or
yeah,
a judge.
I have actually joined people's games just to like basically spectate because I can, you know, while I'm like I don't have enough time to play, but I can spectate, and I'll do that while I'm in a game. Is I'll basically GM. Most people stay muted. I mean, unless it's to say something like that. But I do actually wish Twilight Imperium had like a judge system. Though Magic's has gotten like destroyed over the years. So
just in terms of like incentives and
yeah, and like how much they take care of them. Like, I mean, these people are doing the work, you know, for basically nothing.
Volunteering, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you get something for it, but it was never like supposed to be, you know, you're doing this to get the incentives. The idea was is you were volunteering for it, and it was just really nice that they gave incentives, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not saying that they should, like, start, you know, giving, like, tons of incentives. It's just that to reduce the incentives seems, like, really bad
Yeah, yeah.
when it is voluntary.
Yeah, it's a labor of love.
It's a labor of love for a for-profit company, which is like
Yes.
that's why there should be an incentive program, is because this is not a non-profit.
Yeah.
But also, now I'm kind of wondering what a non-profit gaming company would look like.
I mean, I wonder. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, is there an equivalent?
I guess some of the distributors have to be right. Like um, what's the one that Humble Bundle? Humble Bundle must be like a. I mean,
I don't
it's
know. I'd be curious. Look them up. Are they like a 501c3? I kind of assume that they make a little profit on.
no, they're not.
Yeah, it'd be something like even stuff that like
Well,
my
I
mind
guess
would
I
go
should
to
also
like
say
the
I've
International
never
Chess Organization, but like that is still a for-profit endeavor. I'm pretty sure.
I've never looked into this before, but like so with like a 501c, like does that when it says you can't make profits, does that mean that like you have to be spending everything as it comes in? Like
No.
cuz that seems bad for a business, like to not have any liquidity.
Yeah, that's not what it means.
So I've
Um,
never understood how that works, how they can determine that you're not making a profit, but also
there's just
you don't.
rules to operate in. Like you just have to follow the rules.
Yeah, yeah. I guess do you not know any of the like big rules? I've never looked it up.
Not anymore. I
Okay.
Oh, come
I don't
on.
even know like where to
I'm
start the
so fucking bad at this.
profit rules.
Yes! Alright, now we're getting somewhere.
Oh, all net earnings must be reinvested into the organization, not used for private benefit. So basically, you can pay people.
Yeah, you can pay people.
But
you can't have like for-profit shareholders.
yeah, okay.
Which is why
That
like
makes sense.
charities like they can like pay very high salaries. Which like I do recognize that some people don't agree with, but like
I mean,
at
it's
some
hard work.
yeah, and you have to compete with the for-profit salaries like at some
Yeah.
point.
You're still doing the job of a CEO, and that's still hard. Even if,
Yeah.
like, you have, you know, really shitty CEOs at other jobs, that doesn't mean
Yeah.
that, like, you know, that doesn't make them all complete shit. And their job is still hard, even if they have golden parachutes to deal with that.
Alright, so then I've done this. I got that, but it's got to be back in that top room. Like, I've got a missile upgrade, which is helpful. But that is not what, like, my reason for being here is.
Not why I'm here, but I'll take it.
Yeah. That's helpful. Nope. Cool.
You know, we should play more games on Tabletop Simulator, or like try it for D&D or something.
I'd be down to check it out. Like, it's the sort of thing, like, if you want to organize something, I'm down to
Sure.
participate. We've had people on the Discord before that have, like, we've
Tom's used to
done
before.
tabletop, like, nights. I'm pretty sure
I mean,
I did some Warhammer
would you ever want to
40K
play
on it
Twilight
once.
Imperium with me on it?
I'd be open to it, yeah.
Because I mean, I can find us 4 other players. And
I think
I
for
can
me
find
the
them at any
question
time of the
is
day too.
no, I
Yeah, it is
recognize
8
that. I think
hours.
yeah, that's for me is going to be the limit. It's like it would have to be a
Yeah.
pre-scheduled thing where I'm like, okay, 3 weeks from now or whatever it is, I will make sure I am available to do a day of Twilight Imperium.
Yeah. I would love to do that to get you to experience a very like not a very competitive Twilight Imperium, but like one where like people are gonna have more knowledge than if they were sitting down to play at a table. I'd love you to see that.
Oh. Was I supposed to be doing this shit the whole time?
I wish I could stream it, but I don't want to have to ask everybody that I'm playing with if they're okay being streamed. And I'm not going to stream it without asking that, so.
Yeah.
I assume I could stream it without asking that, but I'm just not going to do that to people.
There we go. I did a thing. Oh fuck! It was killer robots.
Oh my god. What are they doing? Is this their mating ritual?
They were just hiding in the box that I opened.
No, that was giving birth, Cameron.
Oh yes, you're right. And it's
When
another
you
missile expansion. Cool.
when you bump the boxes together, all you did was cause them to have small robots.
Yeah. Well, okay, but like, what am I? Okay, that's not activating war.
I just think of the scene in oh my god, what is that game? With 2B and 9S. Why am I blanking?
Oh, Nier Automata.
Yeah, Nier Automata. I just think of that scene in Nier Automata when you find all the robots that are fucking,
Yeah.
but they're like tin cans still that are just like throwing themselves at each other.
Yeah, they're just like humping.
Yeah, and
They
you're
don't
like,
have...
huh. Yeah, there's nothing's gonna work here, but okay.
All right. I'm activating stuff with my new abilities, but clearly it's not the right stuff.
But if you just keep activating it all,
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out... Is there something else in this room that I can interact with? Downloadable map. Maybe it's a different tower?
it's actually that the princess is in a different castle.
Yeah. Tower 2 is used for storage, so I'm not sure it'll have any upgrade devices.
Oh my god, this entire tower is used for storing princesses. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that you're not going to it's not that you can't find your princess. It's that there's too many princesses to go through.
All right, I think I'm starting to fall asleep, and it's been almost 2 hours. I've made some progress question mark.
Progress?
Yeah. And we just saved, so I think this is a good spot to call it a night. Max,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Everyone else,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, go light off your fireworks.
Yeah. Catch you all tomorrow after Christmas dinner. I'm planning on doing some Donkey Kong.
I'm gonna go get my blasting caps.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Yep. Good night.